She laughed when I told her I knew. She said, "You won't leave me, Daniel. You never do." That night I baked her a cake and served her the truth she'd been hiding. It started on a Thursday night, quiet, too quiet. The kind of silence that doesn't come from peace, but from distance. Our home used to feel alive. Now it was just echoes. Emma sat on the couch, scrolling through her phone. I watched her smile, that soft, private kind of smile you give someone you shouldn't. And that's when I knew. I didn't need proof. My gut had already told me everything. But proof came anyway. A message flashed across her screen when she set her phone down to grab a glass of wine. "Can't wait for Saturday, love." No name, just a heart emoji. I stared at it until the letters blurred. "Who's that?" I asked, my voice colder than I meant it to be. She froze, then smiled that fake, polite smile that people wear when they're already caught. "Just a client," she said. "We're working late this weekend." I nodded, pretended to believe it. But inside, something in me broke quietly, like glass cracking under too much weight. Friday night, I couldn't sleep. Her perfume still lingered on the pillow beside me, but she wasn't there. She'd told me she was staying at her sister's to rest. I scrolled through old photos of us, our wedding day, her head on my shoulder, the way she looked at me like I was her world. I whispered, "When did I stop being enough?" The room didn't answer. By morning, I decided I needed to see for myself. Not to confront, just to know. Rain poured over the cafe parking lot where she said she'd be meeting clients, but she wasn't inside. I followed her location, something I never thought I'd do, to a quiet little house on the edge of town. Her car was parked out front. Through the window, I saw her, laughing, pouring wine, feeding him a piece of cake. The same cake she used to ask me to bake for her birthdays. I stood there, rain soaking through my jacket, watching the woman I loved serve pieces of herself to someone else. I didn't knock, didn't scream, didn't make a scene. I just walked away. But that night, I decided something she needed to know that I knew. The next evening, I baked. Flour on my hands, sugar in the air, the way she always liked it. I made her favorite, vanilla sponge, buttercream frosting. Except this time, I added something else. No, not poison, not revenge, just truth. I printed every message she'd sent him, every photo, every lie, folded them neatly and sealed them in a small envelope. Then I slid it right into the middle layer of the cake, between the sweetness and the rot. When she came home, she acted surprised. "Oh, babe, you baked? What's the occasion?" I smiled. "For us," I said, "to celebrate new beginnings." We sat. She took the first slice. Her fork hit something paper-like. She frowned, pulling the envelope out. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Her face went pale. Then silence. Long, heavy, suffocating. She looked at me, not with guilt, not even regret, just annoyance, like I'd ruined her secret. "You won't leave me," she said coldly. "You never do." I stared at her, the woman I'd once built my world around. Then I stood up. "You're right," I said softly. "I never used to. But I'm not the same man you cheated on." I walked out, leaving her there surrounded by the mess she baked herself into. I drove until the city lights disappeared, until her voice stopped echoing in my head. Sometimes endings aren't loud. Sometimes they're just quiet, like a sigh, like a man realizing he finally deserves peace. When trust breaks, is silence the loudest revenge? Tell me if you discovered your partner's betrayal this way. Would you confront them or walk away without a word?